Broadcasting from Fintas, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show, LTL, editorial news for April 10th, 2010. Next headline, which I almost feel like, just like the beginning when the Poland president died tragically, and death could have been avoided flying to Western Russia, is the one from, of course, United States, the miners. Of course, now it's confirmed it's 29 miners died due to the blast in West Virginia in the United States. Now, I compared that and compared to what's going on in China. Right now, it's 25 people dead and 13 unaccounted for in the northern part of China, which 115 was survived from the flood. Now, in the United States, of course, the churches in West Virginia are praying for the miners. Okay, and I'm just thinking about that, and I'm thinking about also when they are applying the pressure on the Massey Energy and the Performance Coal people, whose boss is Don Blankenship, talking about the safety of it. He's held responsible because that area where they was mining from for the coal, that's both in West Virginia and China, they do mining for coal. But going back to West Virginia, in the upper Big Blanche mine, which the blast occurred, they said that the boss didn't provide any safety. Well, he can only do the best he can. I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but when you are a miner and that's your job, there's going to be some risk. Just as much of a risk, well, it's not, you might as well say just as much of a risk as you go overseas. If you go as a contractor, as a truck driver in Iraq or Afghanistan, that's just as much of a risk, especially if you are in that mine and you had to use the equipment to blow it to get more coal out of there. That's a risk factor. In China, that's a risk factor that water might eat through and leak through and go to the bottom, cause flooding, cause death. Last year alone in China, 2,600 died in the mine. Now, going back to West Virginia, CNN did interviews on couples, older couples, and what they think about health care, and they so was bent out of shape about it, and the Obama plan, proposal for it. Will you think for 1 minute that health care would be very important for you with a dangerous job? Of course, you're making less than what the contractors are making overseas, $75,000 a year. And the reason why most of them do that, because it's their way of life. But here's another thing. Even when it came down to the blast, it's not only the miners, but the people around it. Like in schools over there, where the kids are at in West Virginia, it can affect their lungs. People around affect their lungs. Will you think health care would be very important for you? I'm not trying to rub salt in the wounds. You know, we mourn the loss, but if that's going to be safety should be also with health care, and if anything happened, life insurance. This is where the company boss, Don Blankenship, leads to take responsibility in for life insurance and a good coverage also. So it should be all around, not only for the company, but the people in that town of West Virginia. Now China, you know, China just going to do whatever China going to do. If they doing things like booting out Google, they going to do whatever they want to. But going back to West Virginia, you need to be concerned about your health care and be concerned about your life insurance before you start saying, this is my dream, that my dad did it, he's famous, I want to be that way. And you're taking your life in your hands when you do go in these mines. So, if you don't want to listen to me, never mind. I'll be back with more LTL editorial news.